All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakudash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim and to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth and faith and sincerity. All right, basically, this lesson is going to be about, man don't control his own ways, no matter what, all right? You can wake up and just say you want to do this or do that, but ultimately it's the Most High that decides what he wants you to do. All right, and this is scriptural, because the Most High, he controls everything. In the book of Sirach, it says that, Sirach the 18th chapter, you read the second and third verse, it says that the Most High governs the world with the palm of his hand. All right, meaning that he controls everything. Everything obeys his will. All right, people, animals, they all do what the Most High wants them to do. All right. This is Jeremiah 10:23. O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his step. Yeah, so he said, that the way of man is not in himself. Why? Because it is of the Most High, Yahweh. It said, it is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. Right. So like you might be planning to do something, right? But ultimately the Most High, his counsel or what he wants you to do will basically overcome what you wanted to do, right? So the things that you're doing on a daily basis is really not of you, because the Most High, he plants thoughts in your head, all right? The Most High got you doing what you're doing on a daily basis, all right, from day to day, whatever it may be, all right? Job 33:15, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, and the slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. It's talking about the Most High. When men are asleep, right? It says that he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. So the Most High, he puts in your mind what he wants you to do the next day, all right? Like I said, you can have a thought, oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to go play some basketball. All right. Then I'm going to go to this chick house, But it don't even go nothing like that the next day. You have a flat tire the next day. Your supervisor, he getting on your nerves. You might lose your job, right? It can be the complete opposite of what you didn't thought it was going to be, because it is not of you to say, oh, I'm going to do this and do that, because it depends on what the Most High wants to go down, right? It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep fall upon men and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Yeah, so he can withdraw you from your purpose, withdraw you from the plans that you had, right? To do what he wanted you to do. Right, so it ain't no free will. All right, the Most High is the complete control over all human beings and animals and everything. All right, and a prime example is with Pharaoh, right? Because this is going to the time when the Most High, he was bringing the plagues upon Egypt, right? And Moses was going to Pharaoh, like, look, the Most High said, let his people go. Let my people go so we can go serve him. All right. And Pharaoh kept hardening his heart because the Most High kept changing his mind. Right. So this is Exodus 8:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, go unto Pharaoh and say unto him, thus said Yahweh, let my people go, that they may serve me. It says, and if thou refuse to let them go, Yahweh smite all thy borders with frogs. All right, this is one of the plagues. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into thy house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy netting troughs. And the frogs shall come up both upon thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying to Aaron, stretch forth thine hand and thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. Right? And the Egyptians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. right? So the Most High, he done played Egypt with all these frogs and shit, right? And this is what Pharaoh had to say. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, "Entreat Yahweh, all right, that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto Yahweh." Right? So he said, man, go pray, man, please go pray to the Most High to get this shit up out of my land. All right? I will let y'all go. Y'all can go. You know? Go. Right? It says, and Moses said to Pharaoh, "Glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only?" And he said, "Tomorrow." And he said, "Be according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto Yahweh our power." Right? And it says, "And the frogs shall depart from thee and thy houses and from thy servants and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only." And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh. And Moses cried unto Yahweh because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. It says, "And Yahweh did according to the word of Moses, and the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto him, as Yahweh had said." So a couple verses up, Pharaoh, he was like, man, look, all right, pray unto y'all power, pray unto Yahweh, all right, so he can remove this plague. All right, remove the frogs out of the land. All right, take this plague away from Egypt, right? And then I will let y'all go. Y'all can go. But now he said he hardened his heart, right? The Most High hardened Pharaoh's heart. So Pharaoh, he was like, "Nope, y'all ain't going nowhere. All right, I ain't trying to hear none of that. If you go through all of the plagues that the Most High brought upon Egypt, Pharaoh, he kept hardening Pharaoh's heart, because before, like when the Most High was bringing these plagues upon Egypt, Pharaoh, he always was like, man, look, pray, please get this up out of here. Pray to the Most High, and I will let y'all go. Every time Pharaoh, he was like, man, look, go, bro, get the fuck out, go, right? But then the Most High put in his mind, like, hell no, nope, going no fucking where. All up until the point to where the time of the Passover, he had to kill, the Most High killed all the firstborns, right? Then Pharaoh, he got him up out of there. He's like, man, look, all right, look, go. And then this when we was leaving, the Most High, he hardened Pharaoh's heart again to chase after us. So the Most High, he was just playing with Pharaoh, right? Toying with him, showing you who was in control. Because Pharaoh wanted to let him go, but the Most High wasn't ready yet. He was like, nah. Hey, no, you gonna refuse, and I'm gonna bring more plagues upon your ass, and I'm gonna end up destroying you. That's crazy, man. So this leads me to the last precept, Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh as the rivers of the water. He turneth it whichsoever he will. Right, and that's a promise. Pharaoh is a prime example. He's playing with his ass. He said he turned it as the rivers of the water, turned it whatsoever he will. Right? He putting thoughts into his mind. Right? Pharaoh was like, man, please go, man, gone. Then a couple of verses down, hell no, nope. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all staying in Egypt. Y'all my slaves. See, that shows you the Most High, man. The Most High is cold. The Most High do what he wants. He controls whoever he wants, And, so with that, this really was it. Next time, say shalom.